All right, welcome for joining us. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it for Group 9, Session 19.
Let's go, Group 9.
Well, get excited. Okay. Where did we leave off on our previous session? Well, kind of in I don't know, cliffhanger? I don't really think it's cliffhanger. We came to some sort of conclusion, but things were kind of twisted, turned on their head with the Oldenborn and the way that happened with the egg was like slain. And so, like, the Oldenborn are gone now. Like, what does that mean for like the giant people? The king was Oldenborn, so the king's gone. So you're thinking about, hey, the egg's gone, but we got that juicy X lined up for us, right? Does you remember the reward for the king? Yeah, we'll see if that's still a thing. Just because Z, which you're referring to him, said that the king himself was kind of laying the groundwork that if things weren't going to happen, like Nimsong was still intact, that they would attempt to get the Beta Berry through, knowing it's a dragon sling weapon. So, but we could probably sweep that under the rug right now, given that the fact that Z literally disappeared in a cloud of ash. Donlin, right? You met Thrym. You're God in the Great Hall. And
gave me endless ale. I'm happy.
Gave you endless ale. I mean, literally, you have Thrym's tankard ale horn, right? So able to chug that down. Now, one of the things that they kind of told you was that, hey, you got to release the soul of the trapped dragon. Not really because you want to release the soul, but because Thrym actually uses the magic, the chaos of dragons when they die to fuel and create giants. So Thrym actually is very invested in the death of dragons, but not just that, but releasing their energy into the universe. And what Caden has done is actually stop that from happening.
Whom?
Yeah, who? That's exactly it. Who, actually? No, we don't know. We don't know. And secondly, also stopping the Master Dragons and the Fire Giants, right? Because they are betrayers to Thrym. Fire Giants are, in no way going to be allowed to live. And you were like, sign me up, baby. So you were brought you back at your body. You're to fight another day. And so we're on the landing page, but really we're right here. Get this over. We're in this layer of Ithrin, particularly a large ice cavern here. There is it's kind of a somewhat frozen river at the center point as it snakes through. And that begins to kind of freeze and move at some times. You notice that there are changes, right? As I had described, is that once the dragon was slain, things are being removed. Like a good way to say this is, the hoard that one of your party member had found, yet to share really, except for the egg that they kind of brought out of it, really just kind of like began to melt, right? There was not really anything that was stopping it. And so some of this magic that might have been thrown over this natural ice terrain, right? That magic is ending. Very well could be that this cavern won't exist in a couple of hours in time. So it is unpaused. You're free to interact with yourselves. Ithrin's body lays pretty much fully submerged at this point inside of the river. It's kind of like hanging off and clutch its talons. It has that bullet wound from the person who had brought it to an end, Lance, right? So, you can see the multiple lacerations of its body. These are all things that have happened. I will state we have yet to harvest the dragon. And on the new crafting rules, harvest does actually take time now. So harvesting will take an hour worth of time to actually go through it. And so if that's time you wish to invest, totally fine. But right, in terms of everything happening, Donlin has just taken breath, right? So like Donlin's like back from the grave, sitting up.
I am fresh out of morphine and pain meds for him, so he is going to have to tough it out until I can make more.
Oh boy.
It's fine. I have booze. He's just gonna drink.
Get bliss.
Holy shit, Donlin.
What do you want, Jax? Why are you looking at me like that?
Lance? Kanan?
Yes.
Like, he was dead, right? Pip, I mean, am I wrong?
I did not get a good look. I just started my work. One
When
person at a
Lance
time.
ran past him to save Pip, I just assumed he was expired. It could just be that he likes Pip better. I couldn't say, honestly.
Pip knows magic that can heal. I assumed get him up first.
That's a fair point.
Oh yeah, no, I was dead. That's a
I was
thing.
about to ask if we see the cup in his hand that would be different, so I guess he just admitted it, so it doesn't matter. What the hell happened? I figured you'd be with Thrym celebrating your death.
Yeah, I was, and then he told me that I could kill all the fire giants, so I'm back.
You could... Oh. The fire giants.
Yeah, fire giants.
Interesting.
So you came back only to possibly die again.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna die until I kill the fire giants.
I like your spirit.
Well, Pip, looks like you're not getting the sword back.
It's fine. Wait, no. Because he said if he gets the axe thingy, the king thing, I can have the sword back, right?
I do believe the axe
That's
thingy was
if I
promised
get
to
the
Kanan.
axe. Yeah,
So
Tiff and
there's still
Kanan's
a
willing to
chance.
give me the axe.
Well, what's the last thing you remember besides getting eaten or partially eaten or knocked out by the dragon here?
Oh, pretty much that. Thrym filled me in on some things, so I kind of understand what happened. I saw Z, so I'm assuming he either died, but his body's not here, so I'm guessing you guys did the thing.
Yeah, well, let's just say that wanted to make sure the rest of this was clear. So after we killed him, I can't heal anybody, so I was useless. So I went searching around to make sure there was nothing else in here to hurt us. And I might have found possibly an egg that Z wanted to destroy, but I can't remember exactly what happened with that one. I think there was like a roll-off for who got to destroy the egg first, Kanan. Is that kind of how that went? Is you and Z like, you know, I don't know, raced each other to destroy it?
Sort of. He wanted it destroyed, but was very particular about trying to do it himself, given that we had just found out that the king was potentially coming after us to steal the Bane of Barathun. I figured it best that one of us do it, just in case there's some magic attached to closing that pact.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention the king part of this. But so anyway, the Kanan destroyed the egg and poof. And then ironically repoof in your back. So
So where was the egg? Was it just in a hole over there? Was it a nest?
yeah, let me show you guys. For those that don't want to help or do anything with the dragon, which is me. Watch your step here.
Hey, speaking of,
So-
did anyone do anything with the dragon while you were looking around the room?
What would we do with a dragon? It's dead.
I'm
Hey,
still
you
waiting
know,
to get
I'm
my
just-
cool thing from it.
I would do anything for the dragon.
Look,
I see Lance
I'm just
twitching over there.
curious.
Got the butcher's knife at the ready.
I mean, like, look, we can carve this thing up. I just, I was just curious if anyone else could do anything with the dragon during.
Speaking
mean-
of dragon,
He's looking at Kanan this whole time because since Jax admitted to looking for items, he kind of knows it wasn't Jax.
speaking
So-
of dragons, I wonder. So Pip's just gonna look at his ring at this point and be like, I wonder if he can still hear me or if this thing still works the same way.
It didn't blow up. That was one of your concerns.
True, I'm not dead. Well, close. But let's see. So he's gonna attempt to try to talk to Etherin like he used to and see if it worked.
You're just going to reach out to the mind of Etherin and communicate.
Yep, he's gonna see if anything happens.
Okay. So you see that, in particular, your stone is slightly diminished in terms. You notice it was, more scales of the frost billowing from it in that pyramidal, and now it's a little bit not as invigorated. Right? It's fairly diminished, but it's still doing the normal things that you would imagine. So as you grab it and you reach out and you try to form a connection with the mind of this dragon, there's nothing. There's no door inside of your mind that seems to wish to open. And there's no brace or any psionic that would come back at you as a wave that would wash. There's no throw that's needed here. It's that you just can't find a door to handle to open.
Well, I think that answers my question. I think he dead. No
I
ghost.
certainly hope so.
No
Wait,
ghost dragon.
Thrun confirmed that he is dead.
Oh, I'm gonna miss our little verbal fights and him tracking us down and trying to kill us through it. Kind of.
Oh, there are other dragons. Don't worry.
I will not miss that at all. It's rather unpleasant.
I think the fire giants are friends with the red one now. So yeah, that's why we have to go kill the fire giant. Well, I have to go kill the fire giant. So you can fight with the red one.
I'm just gonna say it kind of sounds like this thing with the fire giants is a little more personal than just hunting down a dragon they may have befriended.
Well, if this master of dragons is going to keep sending the other ones after us, they may become our problem sooner rather than later.
That part is true. So,
Well, then
Kanan,
you
here's
love
where I
that.
found. I'll move to the side and show Kanan the area where I found the egg. That's probably begun to melt now and revealed a lot more than just that.
Just a kind of a whole crater within the ice melting, and then there is the white crystalline kind of sheath that you've broken off, and a burrow of some kind, a tunnel of some kind, has treasures, coin, gold, platinum, silver, littered within.
I'll be damned.
Wow. Holy cow. I guess there was more here than the egg, huh?
You know, it was very considerate of you to be on the lookout for dangers after such a taxing fight.
Yeah, I mean, look, those dragonlings are ironically, I'm afraid of those more than I am the dragon just because of numbers.
I wonder how many of them are left after the giants and everything else.
Yeah, kind of a concern since Z and all the oldlings disappeared here. Like, did they finish the fight against them? Did the dragonlings disappear because the dragon's dead? A lot of stuff. I don't know what's going on here.
It's true. We didn't explore this cave very much either. Who knows what else is in here?
Yeah, that's right. We did kind of just beeline it here, didn't we?
If we're gonna explore the cave, we probably want to do that sooner rather than later, seeing as how no more dragon magic.
I mean, perhaps we might want to do it when you have, all of your insides on the inside again.
Well, if we're gonna do that, we should probably go outside because I don't know if the caverns. That's all I'm saying.
This is an awful lot of coin. I'm gonna have to
I have a bag of holding.
That's what I was about to say. I was gonna call over the people with the containers, and while we're waiting on,
I got muscles.
I don't get that.
Adequate.
Well, we have to stay here at least however long it takes Lance to do his thing with the dragon. just like you did with the Dragonlings. So
Sure.
So it's fair to assume they're going to be taking an hour to do that, and we're going to be taking that whole entire hour to get as much gold and stuff as we can.
Yeah. Kanan is more specifically looking around to see if there's other not money items piled up in here, if it's all gold and gems, or if there's stuff.
Pip is probably just taking it back and getting the bag of holding. It's kind of.
So, you three are removing the treasures, trying to find as much of the spoils and gathering it as you can. Really, this is going to come down to kind of distribution of weight with how much is actually in here. Remind me real fast, Dustin, how much did you gather?
we bypassed that.
We didn't say it, right?
Correct. I just said I'm
Okay.
gathering as much as I possibly can without looking suspicious, and then I'll take the whatever this other object, not knowing it was an egg, over to the group.
Good.
So he's been jingling for the last 10 minutes.
Don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
so-
about. You have
Yes.
this is not the treasure you wanted to see.
Yeah.
I just
My
realized.
pockets are bulged out, with all the.
Just
What
found out
person-
the bag of holding has a weight limit. Did not know that.
Yes, it
Mhm.
is.
500 pounds.
It's I don't
500
remember what it
pounds
is. But there's like a ring that can hold.
25,000 coins.
Oh, I'm sorry, Deuce. What was that?
Oh, I was saying, but 25 or 500 at 500 pounds is like 2,500 coins or something.
There's a ring that can actually hold more coin than the bag of holding can hold. I forget what it's called though.
The ring of holding.
Oh, is it just a ring of holding?
Yes, ring of holding.
We need one.
I mean, we're gonna have some money after this. I don't know how much they cost.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and calculate. I'm going to throw in chat here with how much of the currency that is in here. So 32,000 silver pieces, 16,500 gold pieces, and 3,250 platinum pieces are currently in here. There's also 3 items that could be magical. They kind of stand out in terms of the quality. Now, do mind there is jewelry, there is gems, there's other things in here that kind of add up into the value of the coin. I actually I don't when I hoards, I don't like throw that stuff at you. So to make you work and convert it.
Right.
But this is the conversion for the diamonds and the rubies and the sapphires that have been accumulated. There's also a really luxurious crown in here with dwarvish runes, maybe from some great dwarven king or prince or of a lady at some point. The 3 items, one of which is a ring. It has like a bone work to it, like an ivory that's been polished down, and these druidic runes have been placed in it. There is a wand, and the wand is like a pure icicle with a bluish gem placed at the top end of it. And then the next set is a very beautiful piece of plate armor that has dwarvish runes and a cufflink that sits near the kind of the actual neck region, fit with fur, and it's just kind of fit perfectly for a dwarf, right? It's that kind of size and shape. And it's something that maybe a regal or royal guard would wear in a dwarven city, or again, a prince, maybe even the owner of the crown wore this armor. And those 3 items are what stands out in terms of this pile. The rest would be common armaments, most likely things that the dragon has thrown down here, then from the spoils of its hunger and its feasting.
Pip is just gonna yell out, "Hey Lance, you want to be a king? We got stuff for you."
Politics is overrated.
Exactly the
you
answer
could-
I thought.
You could be a king, and we can get cool stuff because they think you're a king.
If we speak Dwarvish, can we pick out what the runes on the crown mean or represent?
Yeah, you can read those dwarvish runes. They
Actually,
relate.
I can read all writing. I forgot.
Yeah, I was
Mhm.
gonna say you have the eyes here. Hi, sweetie. No, you need to go back up to mom. Go. Lavenna. Take that to mom. So, the dwarvish runes and lettering in here do speak to a regal court of some kind. In particular, that a clan Alderfist is what it speaks to. This, in terms of king name, hold on, it's real fast. To give you the right information. Speaks to a king known as King Agrin Alderfist, and continues to speak of a number of siblings, right, and the regal family, and kind of has a little bit of a family lineage to it, the predecessors who have wore this crown. And the armor itself is relating to this. You can see the name of Ogren Alderfist has been placed onto it as well.
I don't know.
And
That's
what
Stone
about-
Fist. Okay.
Yeah. And what about there were runes on the ring, you said?
They're druidic. These druidic runes upon here speak to a people known as the Grey Bear Tribe, and that this ring is used to not conjure its spirits, but convince animals and other things to aid them in battle.
Interesting.
What's interesting?
Well, I don't know much about the armor and the crown other than who it belonged to, but seems like this ring probably is used to bring animals to your side in a fight.
Ooh.
I think
Perhaps.
you do have some magic inclination. You'd relate this to animal friendship, charming an animal, speaking with them, that sort of thing.
Well, so not like summon a familiar. Or
Yeah,
anything,
it's
or
not
summon
arcane, right?
yeah.
It's not arcane
Yeah.
conjuration. It would be more or less, something maybe a druid or a barbarian would use, faced with, gray bear, right? So a bear, right, or something.
So we're not summoning creatures out of the Fae in this group again to kill them on rooftops.
Oh, jumping,
Just
falling
toss
off roofs.
I feel like that's a strategy.
That's a strategy.
From our
Bold
druid.
strategy. It's a bold strategy, Cal. Let's see how it pays out for us.
Okay.
I'll keep posting these names in chat.
It could replace Ralph. Gee, good lord, man. This group in
You're just gonna go around
Donlin.
befriending animals so they can get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Want to be my friend?
So I'll leave it up to you. I don't try to put a narrative thing. Oh, your backpacks aren't big enough for the coin. It's really up to the weight of it. So each coin piece is going to be 0.02 pounds in terms of weight. And so I know you all can carry a lot, and so you might just have to add up all of that and then see exactly what you want to do with it. It's actually not that much weight. So when you add it all up. That allows you.
Yeah, if I did that right, the platinum alone is 65 pounds, so that's not a lot.
Yeah.
At all. If I added that up, if I did that right.
Do y'all just want to keep it in the bag of holding as a everyone's thing?
I don't think we're gonna be able to get all the silver pieces, but
Yeah,
it would
so
weigh too much for
you're
the
right.
bag
I
of
think you're
holding.
right around. If I did my math, I think you're right around like what 1,000 pounds or something like that.
1,035.
yeah.
You could put a chunk into the bag of holding. You can split it up. I'm not going to force you all to do math. I'll let you kind of, hey, I'll put it in the bag of holding. We'll split it maybe amongst the party, right, into fill our backpacks and stuff. And then the items just need to know who is taking those items.
Y'all just want to leave this, fit as much as gold and platinum, and then whatever silver's left, just kind of
I mean, I've got
Okay.
130 pounds I can carry, so that puts us at 630. So we can get. I think between everyone we can get 90% of it.
Yeah, I
I've got
mean-
about almost 300 pounds of carry weight. that
Good
I could-
lord!
Yeah, he's got the giant's
belt?
boat, so he's got.
Oh,
a lot.
that's
He's not
right.
carrying weapons and shit.
That's
So
how many
I
weapons
think
can
we
you drop,
actually carry all of them.
Donlin?
What? Huh? I'm not carrying that many weapons anymore. Sir, we are limited to 3 hand slots. I am only allowed to have 3 weapons equipped at any one time.
Yeah, so that's another change, right? The equipment slots. So now Donlin's going to only have 3 weapons equipped, or
Man.
2 weapons, 1 shield, right?
So sad for him.
Nope, shield disappeared. I'm gonna eat that shit right now, actually.
But remember, you can unequip and equip outside of combat. So it
Yeah.
means it's not that you should be restricted outside of combat.
I mean, I have room
Yeah, I
as
think-
well. So a little less than
I
100
can't-
pounds.
I can't carry that much.
How much is in the bag of? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So I calculated it out to be at least over half, just between 2 party members, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah, I mean, I can take all the
bag
platinum
of holding,
myself.
So no,
Just tossing that out there.
Yeah,
Platinum is going in the bag of holding.
platinum goes in the bag of holding.
Yeah, I think that we're okay. I think that when I did it really fast on my calc here, I think that we're going to be okay. I think we can loot all of this. But you're at the literal cusp of it.
Yeah, I don't think
so-
we're getting anything else.
Yeah.
And we have dragon pieces to consider.
So you're more than the creature materials are no weight; they're weightless. That's the benefit of them. So none of that's going to count against. You can go ahead and take the coin there. So 32,000 silver pieces, 16,500 gold pieces, and 3,250 platinum pieces. You can put that into the party asset, the group sheet, if you'd like, or you can divide that amongst yourselves if you wish. And then the items, is anybody interested in taking those, or?
Can you wear
I mean,
plate,
if Lance isn't
Lance?
going to take the plate, I will take the plate and figure it out later.
Rangers don't get heavy armor. This ain't Baldur's Gate.
I was gonna say I didn't think so, but I was just gonna double check because it's kind of homebrewy.
Yeah,
Um,
sadly no.
I mean, we
I
don't
mean-
know what the properties of it are either. It may not count as plate, right?
I mean, if no one wants the ring,
I mean,
if
if it's like-
use another ring.
I was gonna say, yeah, if it's like Elven Chain and not ignoring proficiencies, then maybe
The-
something, but I doubt it.
The only armor that exists in D&D 5e is Elven Chain that ignores proficiencies. So all other armor does not.
So
So
I'm
you
going
might as
to
well
the
give those
plate,
home
so I'll
right?
take it and
Yeah.
I'll figure it out later.
we get
Do you want the
Lance
crown too?
I mean, I'm assuming it's a set, so probably.
Yeah, at
Seeing
least till
the
we figure out
crown,
what it does.
I say, seeing the crown, do I recognize anything? I mean, other than it's clearly dwarven make with the dwarven runes. Does
You
the
can make a
name
history check?
absolutely? Let's see. It's not stonework, but I don't suppose the stone cutting dwarven lore would have any
No,
influence
yeah,
on
stone cutting
It's a
will
stone
not have
crown.
an influence on this.
that. Specifically, not. Oh, that's
Oh
Just
no!
roll 4. Okay, so
well.
you're coming at this an outside perspective. I would probably say with your backstory, this has to be a crown of a king. It has to be the crown of someone regal. This is bejeweled, but not in the extent of a dwarven king that has a feverish gold mine with the riches of splendor of some of the others. You might have read history books and other things. What stands out is the fact that the crown itself seems that it has sustained no damage at all,
Yeah.
and yet it's here in the middle of a
Mm.
horde. That's really odd.
From maybe I don't want to try to force 2 checks, but from the perspective of a craftsman of the Ruglark, seeing these runes and the fact that it has no damage, can I make a guess about any magical properties this might have bestowed to the wearer?
You can make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be 2 separate checks.
I know some DMs don't like making 2 separate checks back to back. My God,
I'm
not
all
roll well.
for it, bait. This system is all about you just click a button. So throw
Give me
it out,
dice.
baby. Give me dice. Yeah, roll the roll, baby. 7.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so I think that it could. I think you might say it could be magical, right? There's a good reasoning that it could be. You could also say that it is just a jewelry piece that's placed on top of the king's head and has no magical value. There's a good reason for either one. The fact that it has sustained no damage would suggest that it is a magical item. The other magical items are resistant to common.
Probably just has some enchantment that keeps it glued to your head while you're absolutely off your rocker drinking or something.
Yeah, there you go.
I just had a thought,
Perfect
guys.
for my new cup.
No. Here goes Pip thinking again.
All right. So Lance, you wear the crown. Dallin, you put on the armor and be his bodyguard, right? Kanan, you're his royal advisor. Jax, you're basic, so you're the servant, and I'm the jester. Boom! We get it anywhere for free, essentially, because we're royalty.
I mean, you got the jester cup.
I'm not sure that's how crowns work. I don't think you just put it on and become king.
They don't know that.
Disrespectful.
Oh, no,
the royalty it came from. We all
I'm-
find donors.
I think they're dead. I think it's fine.
Pip, I don't know how things work on the
Could have
first world
descendants.
you blew up, but I'm pretty sure on these worlds they know this.
They know what?
Also,
Oh,
the
okay.
word
How
is
royalty
pretty
works.
common language, so like, maybe not trying to pretend to be royalty with the name of the royal person written on it.
You guys are no fun. That would have been so cool to
I do
be
think-
part of royalty.
You like talking to creatures, and this ring might actually make you good at it. So perhaps you should take that.
I do like talking to things.
But look, as long as
Hey,
Doesn't
while
matter.
you're
Talk to
talking to
things.
things, can you find a Ralph?
I was gonna say, as long as Donlin does not get another pet, I'm all for Pip having the ring.
I mean, if he wants a
Oh, Donald's
Hey,
getting out of the bed.
He's taking the wand.
Oh shit, forgot about the wand.
Oh, yeah.
What did the wand have on it?
I
Just
just
the blue
assumed
gem?
Kanan.
It is a literal icicle with a blue sapphire gem in a crystalline shape perch, where the icicle is kind of hugging on it.
Seems Balrugari to me. I'm just saying. We've been seeing magic around.
Kanan's
You were
trying to
tossing
give
some
all the
magic.
magical items away.
No shit.
I already got
Um,
a ring, the frost thingy. I don't know if I need a wand.
I mean, I don't look, I don't know what these new powers I have are or how long they'll last. How about I'll hold on to it and we can come back to it later, Kanan.
Well, we got plenty
Sure,
of stuff
yeah.
coming back to.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can always wait to someone to see what it does. I mean,
Yeah, until we know.
I wouldn't advise using it.
Well, that's exactly why we're not giving it to you.
During a long rest and doing some that.
Michael's doing exactly what I imagine Pip doing if we gave him the wand.
All of a
As
sudden,
he
the cat
automatically
explodes.
turns himself to stone.
Where am I? You're dead.
Well,
did
no.
anybody put the gold into the party assets already?
No, I didn't want to do it on crazy.
Okay, I will.
stupid-
I will take care of that so we don't double up. I just happened to go in there, so I'll add all this up and put it in there, just so we don't double up.
So Lance, you are taking the crown, though, right?
Yeah, sure. I'll take a look at it. I don't think I'll wear it. It'd be disrespectful.
It's only
I'll
how
wear it.
you word it.
It'll go with the plate. It'll look real nice. I could be spiffy.
Yeah, he could be a king. He doesn't have to say he's a king. If they assume, they
Is the
assume.
plate also dwarven? I think I might have missed something while
It is.
focusing on the dragon
Yes.
part.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it is like a scaled interlaced armor. It is engraved with gold accents. It has dwarvish runes, and it does speak to the same King Ogren. It has a kind of a cuff that goes around the neck. It's filled with this white fur, right? Very regal in terms of attire. It has in terms of the piece, right, it is a plate armor, so it has full arm links that go down and right to the legs and stuff, and has kind of like a kilt, right, that forms at the bottom, which also speaks to dwarf's armor. And it is size. It is fit for the size of a dwarf, so that's also like number one reason.
Well, I say one thought is if it's a full suit of plate armor, and could you, for example, disconnect the shoulder pauldrons or the other parts and wear it as half plate? Because that rangers can use.
You have to figure out if the item itself is magical. If it's a magical item, most likely it will resist any sort of destruction.
Right. Right, of course. Yeah, I'll have to spend some time with it. That's fine. We'll deal with that after we get out of this cave. Once we've
Yeah.
collected our hour-long harvesting session of parts and leave.
So Kanan's the only one leaving without his special item, right? Because he's afraid of magic or something.
I just don't have much use for him in general.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to like I'm still carrying the bracers of archery because we don't have anybody that would use those in our group, you know.
All right, so the body of Ethan has been converted to an item pile. This makes it really easy to access the materials. You're able to find 8 impule of fine dragon blood. There is 8 hide of dragon scale, which are fine, and then the 3 core components. It's a gargantuan creature.
Very good. Shall I just take all the crafting stuff
Yeah.
for now?
Pip
I
has
mean,
me- is looking
I'm
at
still
this
trying to
stuff.
interpret the crafting stuff, so I don't care. You can maintain it all since it's weightless,
Go for it.
unless Kanan or Donlin want to partake.
Nope. Nope. Don or Lance gets to be the crafter for this group.
No, I mean, if you want to craft something, I'm happy to update you on what stuff I have and just give it to you. But for now, I'm going to assume I'm the only guy crafting stuff.
I mean, you can use me to make anything you want blacksmithing wise, because I think my check is higher. But other than
So
I'm saying if y'all wanted to make things fun, we could all put it in the bag of holding, essentially, and that way we can all keep track of what everyone has. Unless, or Lance, since you, like you said, you're probably the main crafter, it probably does make sense for you to know more. Pip's never gonna craft unless it's like dire need.
Lance does a pretty good job of keeping track of what's there too. So when we ask for something, he kind of has it off the top of his head. If it's in the bag of holding or the group stuff, we might have to look for it a little too much, slow things down rather than kind of rely on him to maintain that. In my opinion.
That's fine.
yeah, and crafting is a downtown stuff.
Yeah.
So
All right.
this is a toll
oh,
hour
sorry.
that has passed by. Toll hour has passed by. You're harvesting the creature. You're looting the spoils. You occasionally hear the sound and skitter of a creature down the tunnel to the north. You pause, you turn, you look into the darkness. You don't see anything. And then water begins to kind of billow a little bit, just kind of breathing over top, the ice melting. But it's so slow. I mean, you're judging this would take hours upon hours before anything dramatic happens. At the cusp, you finish your hides, you pocket them, you get the coin. You're kind of beginning to pull yourself up when creatures start teleporting into the cavern.
Oh dear.
Was the shoveling of gold like low enough activity to be a short rest?
Yes, you all can take a short rest.
Okay.
Woo!
Before we go to another fight. Although I don't think it is. Well, actually, it might be.
Damn, a short rest didn't even give me full health.
Well, what were you at 1 hit point when you came back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used 7 d10 though.
Sir, you died. It's going to take more
Jesus.
than a power nap to come back from that.
I
you said it was power napping?
I forgot about that. I do like the fact I get my spells back here on a short rest.
Warlocks, man.
Yep.
I don't. But I get my bardic inspiration.
Damn.
That's what matters.
Didn't Balrugar say that his spawn left?
His spawn betrayed him for Damodar.
He specifically
Yeah.
said that he wasn't going to come because he might summon them by being here. It looks like they came anyway.
Yeah. I got a feeling Damodar probably knew we killed. I mean, OOC wise, probably knew we killed the dragon if he has some type of connection to him, like the ring does. It would seem master of dragons and all. This could get ugly.
You don't know the detail. Just let me do the talking.
Oh God.
That has not worked out for us once.
It kind of did with Elise and the whole drunken thing.
I wasn't there for that one, so that doesn't count to me. That was the session I missed.
So, as this starts happening, they're teleporting in very simultaneously. They're not one by one. Took a little bit because some of the animation is super. They're all coming in at once. This is them. Light source. Light source. This one. And then, as they are teleporting in, the lighting in the room, the crystalline structures begin to glow. It's very euphoric, very like light. It's almost they're being
Holy
energized.
shit.
Oh, they're fucking
And as they're being energized, that is revealing more of them in the chamber that they have come in outside of your dark vision. They have used this purple and pink cackling lightning magic as it's kind of grown over them and they've kind of appeared through. And as they've done, they're just kind of looking around the large central orbis eye and the many different tentacles that are raised around it. This is exactly Balrugar. This is what Balrugar is, except these are young. These are fresh. They have many different tentacles. They're not weathered in their skin. They're different colors. They're different kind of hues and showings of pigmentation. And they have large mouths with razor-sharp teeth. And they're just looking around and probing and studying. They are very much aware of your presence. And then there is another figure that begins to come into play. As one of the spawn on the eastern bluff begins to slightly move backwards, it sends out a beam of rays that begins to energize the space. And a humanoid begins to appear. Purple and pink lightnings begins to sprout around them. As it happens, begin to call the storm as it pulls back into them. Look towards the body of the dragon. It's unpaused.
Yeah, Jax, you should probably call back.
I'm gonna move back a little bit here.
You see as the humanoid looks at you as you move back. They have white, ghost skin. The hair of white slicked back. The eyes are feline, yellowish and gold. They're human, but the ears as they seem normal. They wear an immaculate red and golden archmage robe that funnels of a mantle of cuff, its kind of whitish accents. Two twin engraved dragons stitched of golden red on either side of their robe as it sits slightly open with the blouse kind of coming through. Black boots, leather, reach up to the knees with golden accents and engravings of draconic. They have rings that adorn the fingers with gems and jewels, and a necklace that falls down, filled with this purplish ruby and a golden pendant necklace. Where are you going?
To Denny's.
Depends. That all, yeah. That all depends on who you are.
Well, I am Damodar, the Master of Dragons. And it seems that you have slain one of my own, Ithrin. Is this true?
He kind of asked for it. He was a dick.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say as well. I mean, no point in lying about it. He was an asshole. He tried to kill us, so we killed him.
An asshole, you say?
I can definitely contest to that. He was very rude.
Ah,
He
I
killed at
see.
least
Two
two of
more
my
of you
friends.
over there. Why don't you come over here? Oh, you might need
Okay.
help crossing over that. You see as they reach their
Yeah.
hand over. And
Oh,
you
fuck.
see this magic beginning to unfurl from purple and pink lightning that then comes into a fog cloud of ice that begins to build a bridge across the frozen river of ice. As they hold their hand, continues to funnel out. They close their fist. Come, don't be shy. want you hiding in the corner of this cavern for too long. Oh, and don't let these creatures frighten you. They are the greatest, most magical of creatures. And they are in service of a higher purpose.
So they're pets.
Work through some of the tentacles. Turns around. No, they are not pets. Dear little one.
Allies.
They are allies. Like all that call to the Master of Dragons. We are equal, you see.
Do they
Question.
have names?
Well, that
Holds
and
up a
also
finger. Points towards you, Pip. Continue. We were so
Well,
rudely interrupted by the distance of our conversation. Now you're close by. Before we get onto other matters, I am quite curious as to why you, let's say especially you, why you. Enlighten me.
why you what? Why he was rude?
To you, specifically, why you, of all of your companions, it seems. You are the one who vocalized that, especially to me.
Because he didn't like me very much. I had a conversation with him, especially at the tavern. We tried to talk, and he was just very rude. And then he ran from me. And then later he came back, and we tried to have a conversation, and he was just rude. Like I was trying to be nice, trying to figure out who you are, what you're about. Because I mean, I heard great things. But he didn't want to tell me. He was just very rude.
Words. Fantastic. I love it.
Thanks. That's what I'm known
Most
for.
likely can delight me at some sort of tavern in a city of dark indwelling and moodiness. What you said there is enlightening just at the very beginning, just at the cusp, before you got into the ramble. The tavern. You spoke with Ithrin. You must be the bearer of the white stone. You must be the one that has the essence of White Dragon. Is this correct?
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Wonderful. Now we are on equal ground, a footing to understanding. With this knowledge, you may ask me one question, and one question only. Be free to converse about yourselves and discuss what you wish to ask me. Damodar, the Master of Dragons.
I don't really want to huddle because I'm kind of scared there might be some type of a area weapon here.
He's just gonna look around.
There's 7 of them with destruction rays. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so we huddle real quick, I guess, and
I mean, I kind of know what I was gonna ask, guys, but
okay. Well, I think you just gave him way too much information anyway. But what was your question?
no, it's not giving away information. If I'm trying to lie to someone who has these guys at Sinla Balarugar, they already know. So me lying would only insinuate that I'm not truthful. And if I want to lie later and he already knows I'm lying, that doesn't work.
If whatever you said was an attempt to confuse me, you succeeded.
Basically,
he's learning. He's getting better at learning. I'm liking this. I'm liking this.
but I was
go
just
ahead.
gonna ask how many. I mean, the only thing we can. I doubt he's gonna respond to how does one like you fall. So I was gonna ask how many dragons he's got, just so we know what we're up against. Maybe.
I mean, we've seen at least 6 stones. Well, 5 stones. Probably at least that many. I would honestly ask him where he got the power from.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because that may inadvertently let us study how to load.
I like it.
Someone who wields that much power. Now, it's your question, Pip. I'd say you ask whatever you feel is appropriate. But
Probably not a good idea. But
Anyone-
I like Dominic.
that runs that much power, seeks that much power, has a very mighty goal in mind. I would be rather curious as to what his goal is. What is his end game? Why is he doing all of this?
I mean, that would be
question
two
too.
questions, unless you can get it into
Ooh,
one with like an
I got
and
it.
or
I got it.
a semicolon with a but or whatever. But thinking about this, like you guys are all on the right track, but this guy's like a pompous asshole. I know exactly where Ethan got it from now. If this is the Master of Dragons,
You do realize Jack Frost up there can probably fucking hear you.
yeah, it's fine.
My question. I got
You
it.
just
I
called
got
him
it.
Jack Frost, who's number one on his list now.
Wait. I got it. What if I asked something like,
Go ahead.
what if I asked him what turns a normal human into the Master of Dragons?
Oh, or ask him what motivates him.
Yeah, how did you become the Master of Dragons? Wouldn't that answer a lot of the questions?
Depends on how he answers, because if I was going to answer that, I would not give you all of the backstory. I would just tell you what I did, the very step that like gave me the power.
I mean, to be fair, do we expect him to tell me the full story no matter what I say anyway? Like, did he even say he's going to answer truthfully?
No, so I was saying you ask him something about himself, like what motivates you, what makes you you, why you.
But couldn't he just say, because I was picked on as a kid and now I have the power, I made myself the Master of Dragons?
I mean, I would be pretty impressed by that story. So, like,
Yeah, I mean that
if
would
you
be
were
something
bullied
for
enough
him.
that you became the Master of Dragons, then yes.
Yeah, I mean, bullied as a kid, now I'm the Master of Dragons. That's a pretty fucking impressive story.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's a very impressive arc.
Like, sign me up for that one, okay?
Yeah, I'm fucking joining, baby.
It's like fucking Naruto level shit. You fucking
Yeah.
all of a sudden wake up with a nine-tailed fox inside of you. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything to really ask this guy. I just know that, like, right now, to be honest, guys, I am scared shitless.
What
we
if
know
I
what
asked,
Balrugar
what-
can do. What do you think these 7, 8, 9, 10, however many he has that are still hidden creatures can do to us? Plus him. Like, we haven't even talked about him.
Yeah, I
So-
think Balrog could kill them all.
what if I
I would-
asked what would make me, or how would I gain your abilities? Gain your power?
No,
I would be
because
concerned he might just say you cannot.
or he might say, I can give you powers like this if you could join me.
True.
I think we go back to
vibe.
I think we go back to where do you get your powers from, or what motivates you, or what is your goal as the Master of Dragons? Those are kind of the 3 legitimate questions that we have from the group consensus here, unless somebody sees it otherwise. And I think it's one of those is one that gets asked.
And
That's
it's up to Pip.
That's my opinion. You could roll
What
for it
about-
if you want to.
What about what is your motivation, or what started you on the path to become the Master of Dragons? Is that pretty much that?
So, no, you want to be as vague as possible with your questions, because if they're going to be truthful because they made a pact with you, the more vague it is, the more information you have to give. If you start making it pinpoint, that's not how you get information. Assuming they're going to be honest with you. That's all I'm saying.
I'm assuming asking him if I can how do I get a pet dragon is off the table.
If you
You're
ask
not
that, I
allowed to
will
ask
do
him
you
how to-
myself.
Okay.
Damn.
You see as they open their hands. Are we finished yet? My goodness.
You have somewhere to be.
I'll be. Do I?
I mean,
have
generally
somewhere?
speaking,
That's your question. Wonderful.
no,
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 no.
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 You said Pip. You said me, not them.
I refer to all of you to come to some conclusion, to gauge truly just how bonded you are. Now I can see that you are brought together seemingly without friendship. without family. You are, dare I say, acquaintances. Is this correct?
Yeah, these guys didn't even bother to check on me after Ether ate me. It's kind of
Oh,
rude.
well, hold on. In fairness, I can't do anything to help you, Donlin. But let's not squibble in front of the Master of Dragons here.
Wait, hold on. Silence that. You just said you were brought back. You died in this fight, did you?
Yeah, but my reason for coming back has nothing to do with you. I have my own grievances that I gotta take care of. It's fine.
There are very few power in play that could bring you back to your mortal body. Do you wish to tell me what it was that brought you back?
If I tell you, do I get a question?
Ooh.
Roll persuasion.
Skills.
Let's go. Still a minute
You know-
behind us.
I am feeling quite generous. Yes. 2 questions then.
Thrym brought me back, and I'm just gonna drink out of my goblet in front of him. Like, I just don't give a fuck about this guy. He's clearly not here to kill us, and he's kind of
Thrym!
destroyed me at this point.
Chosen by the god of giants! God of war. Suppose I should have assumed that. You are no
Yeah,
giant.
the giant runes on my body didn't give them away.
Where did you obtain such magic, little one?
Oh, no. I already answered your one question. That's not how this works.
Excuse me. Then do ask away.
Stones on this man.
Do you want to ask first or me?
I'll let
You
you
go.
ask first, and I'll choose from the remaining questions.
Okay,
Did you,
okay.
did you say the god of war?
So I guess my question will be, what is your ultimate goal?
That's the question. What is my ultimate goal? Well, I can answer for you quite simply to that question. Supposed in all that debacle, you would have come up with something more precise, knowing that I would just elaborate and become elusive. Lack of elaboration becomes elusive. Well, my ultimate goal is really to free magic. It is to blossom a new age of free magic in this world. You see, there is a seed that has been blistering for a great thousands of years of this necrosis, hidden within divine radiance. And I seek to end it. Is that enough of an answer for you, bearer of the white stone?
I mean, if you want to go on, you can. I mean,
Perhaps the usage of your second question, and I can elaborate further.
I think I'm more curious as to what motivated you to decide to do
Sorry, say that again. You kind of broke up on my...
that. What motivated you to decide to do that?
Ah, what motivated me? Well, I could not scry upon anyone in this chamber, for you all seem to be shrouded and immune to such divinations. I am chosen. I bear within me a small fractal of a god of order. A god that would be set to course us through on a path to restore order amidst the chaos. A prophecy that is never ending and will never conclude. And in such fate has led those circumstances for myself, which I have harnessed and used for my own gain. My ambition is out of circumstance, and only because I was fated as such. I intend to destroy such prophecy and bring a ruin to the God Order.
This man really woke up and chose violence.
Mm-hmm.
Does this suffice as an answer for you?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Got any more questions that we can do one-on-one?
There will be no more questions one-on-one. I can see that you are not quite what I was intending. You see, I had set one of my dragons to destroy 2 vessels out into the Forgotten Sea. The whispers of the shadow told me to be. And those ships were destroyed. All occupants of those vessels brought to ruin and death. But here stands the lot of you. Either chosen or not, protected by some other form of magic. Do not know. And I don't care. You have slain one of my weakest. One that was whining and growing quite annoying at the threat of the giants that lurk within the mountains, pressing upon its lair, and that it had used its gifts. I had gave it, and some of its own magic, its chaos, to bear a new spawn. Pathetic. Now is not the time to bear young. Now is the time to wear steel amongst your skin, to harness rune and tattoos against the pigments of your flesh, and to fight for what you believe in. I hope that the next time we'll meet, you will find yourselves as more friends. Because if it truly is who I believe you are, then we will be needed together at some point in the near future. You may not see that yet, but eventually you will. I will not force you to bend the knee. I will not use my magic against you to bring you to ruin. I instead will give you this warning. Watch your step and move with grace. Eyes are upon you, even though I can't see you. You are the island in the bay where there should be a lighthouse. There is not, and I will look for that. Are we clear?
You know, if you believe that we are all needed at some point, it might behoove you to stop sending dragons to kill us.
Yes. Well, I did not send a dragon to kill.
He just said he sent a dragon to destroy the ships.
I
And
sent
technically, we
a
did
dragon
die.
to destroy the ship. So are you telling me that you should have been on those ships? Is this what you're saying to me?
Are you telling me you want another answer to another question that you're going to have to answer another question to?
Wordplay will not win you any favors, nor will your bargaining and your persuasion here. One of your own has spoken, and if it's their wish to not speak, further on the subject. I have already ruled my declaration.
Regardless of whether or not we were on the ship, you sent people to destroy the ship, and your dragon continued to attack us. I'm just saying, if you suspect that we are useful or necessary, then bringing harm upon us or that area around us is probably not the wisest decision.